Hearing protection, always. Jennings Farm Blues. Now, obviously, this was recorded. I used to always think, well, it's them at Headley Grange. It could be. I mean, definitely professional equipment. And the sound of it is very, to me, sort of Zeppelin 3-y. Kind of has that sort of, I know that sounds, only diehard Zeppelin people might agree with me. But they might say, what are you talking about? But anyway, Jennings Farm Blues. The key to Jennings Farm Blues is Bron Stomp. I know it's not pronounced like that, but we'll just call it Bron. Bron is the key, okay? It's something in classic Zeppelin form where once you figure it out, you're like, oh, that's what it is. Although it's still, if you're not paying attention, you might get caught off guard, okay? So let's do this. So normally like in, let's say in Bron, okay? We're going to go to Bron, okay? You know in Bron, so da 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 right? But that, and then it goes though to da 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 da. Therein lies the key to Jennings. Okay? Da 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 da. Okay? Truly. Because as we know, Jennings really is Bron. Okay, you don't know if maybe they did Bron first. Remember they were in Wales and they were like, hey, let's do Bron. And then they're like, wait a minute, let's try a version where we sort of play everybody on it, right? But you'll notice in Jennings, the part that's in Bron, da da, the verse, party right here, this part, da 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 da. In Jennings is which I think the guys then deemed just too busy. Okay, I think they just thought, well, it's kind of cool. I mean, it sounds cool to us Zeppites to hear this recording. It sounds really neat. It's just so Bonhamy and everything. But I think for a song and an album, if they were going to throw any words over it, they thought, well, it's just too busy on the underneath. So they probably said, well, screw it. We'll just leave the later part that's on Bron. Da, this climb up here and da 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 da. Okay? That's what I think happened. So getting to the two parts real fast, Jennings is coming. But on Bron, you just have this. Right? Think of the song, think of the song. It's a little ditty-o in the dawn. Just like that. And John Paul Jones's bass line is your friend. Boom, 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 boom. But by the way, in Johnny Cash movie with Joaquin Phoenix and Reese Witherspoon, which is a masterpiece, I think, by the way. I mean, there's some plot things that give me the willies toward the end. But they actually sang on that. And that part, like, where they're in the jail, like, at the beginning, that just sounds so, like... Sounds pretty damn good. What's up? So we're back to Bron. First part, I'll slow it down a little. Okay? But then, this. Ooh, hang on. I gotta put that hat at the end. Now, that is key, because really what happens is, in this video, I'm not going to go through and say, well, there's an extra 8th note here and then another one here. Let's not even really do that. What you want to do is just think about it melodically, okay? And think about it like, so in Bron, okay, we're going to get right to Jennings in a minute, but just bear with me with Bron, because you want to get this archetype of the song kind of into your system, okay? So here we go, here it goes, da da da. Remember in this part when da 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 da, that's a different thing we'll deal with later when we do Jennings. But then it goes up here just like a Jennings, da 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 da. That's exactly what happens there. And the key to that is this, is the hi-hat. Because those extra eighth notes push it, the whole thing in that sort of like, in that hypnotizing, like, Bonham-y, Jimmy Pagey sort of, you know, Zeppelin-y way, like out on the tiles. Or for me, the intro to Misty Mountain Hop. You know, I always think that da, 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 like the da is the one. When you listen to the song that way, da, 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 It's majestic. So, back to Bron. What I want you to do is loop this part. Remember, it comes in after, it comes up here. Okay? And he might be going, you never know. However you want to do it. But for me, I prefer to do it with my feet. Okay? So, loop this, okay? Think of it for now, just when you're looping it, just easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, hat da da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Just think of it like that, okay? Just for now, because you're gonna tattoo it into your amygdala's, amygdala's prefrontal cortex thingy, okay? One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay, just do that over and over again. Okay? But now what happens is where that globule sits right in the song, though. It sort of sits in a certain place. What is key is when you're doing the ba, 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 ba. That hi-hat, that eighth note, is key. Both on the front end of the... That one too, okay? Those two are what trips everybody off. Because you'd think the song would naturally normally go, if you thought about it just in a regular sort of musical way. Oh, hang on a second, let's go. Ba 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 ba. Coming out of the verse, we're gonna abbreviate, and then here comes the da 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 da. That's how you'd think it would go, or in a normal musical way, but it doesn't do that. Okay, there's that extra eighth note that pushes the whole globule, okay? Ba, ba, ba. So instead of this, ba, 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 and you gotta get that hat in. Ba, 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 ba. At the same time, on the far end where I just stopped. Ba, 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 ba. That is imperative, okay? So that's the two things. Remember, both the hats, which I will demonstrate. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Okay? But there's also that. And you can rewind this video if you want. In the other video I made, what happened was I did use the Jennings Farm blues music. But even that got called on copyright, so I had to scrap it. So I can't bring the music in, okay? But then remember this, too, for Bron, which will then lead us into Jennings. Da, we're in the climb here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Da, 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4, hat down 2. Now musically what happens is right after the ba 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 hat, you go right after that hat, you go right back into the foot. Da 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 da, okay? Okay? So what happens is, though, just real fast before I go into Jennings, is lit musically, even though it goes right back into the first is melodically like a little change back into the main thing, which doesn't matter as far as you're playing. If you're sitting there not really listening to music, it'll be fine as long as you follow that pattern. But listen to this. Ba 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 ba. Here is where, so in Jennings, that's the downbeat, which would get the, okay? So now we go to Jennings. Here we are now in Jenningsburg, okay? We're on Jennings Farm, which is growing legal marijuana in California. Jennings Farm Blues, okay? So remember, it's a little more twangy and it's different. And remember, so they put that same pattern, even though it's not played by Bonham that way, under the verse part where Plant would be singing, or Page, or Bonham, maybe. That might be Plant and Bonham, because, you know, Bonham, I think, really had the, after Plant, Bonham had the better voice of Page. I mean, I think. I mean, it's true. I mean, Bonham, I think, used to sing in other bands before he came along in Zepp. So, again, so in Jennings, you know how it's like, twanky in the pound, bing, check a shop, that's how you know it's really Zeppelin 2, Zeppelin 3 is the sound of that snare. It's very Since I've Been Loving You and etc. So, I'm going to sneeze again. I don't know what's going on. Some weed or something is spilling pollen all over the joint outside. Anyway, so in Jennings then, you know, now we're going in the song right here, and then it goes around again, and then there's like a lead into it, which is the same time as in Braun, except it's a little different musically. I can't remember if it goes a little lower. Something does. Like that. Okay, so Bonham changes that up a little. I mean, my fills might be slightly different than what he's doing. I mean, every time on Jennings on the front end. Okay? So what happens there, instead of Bonham is playing the, so right there, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. It's hard for me to do that at the same time. This is why I can't charge any cash like Steve Smith and those guys. In addition to my total lack of the rest of the knowledge base of jazz and skill and everything else. But what I say is true. Okay? So again, so what you can do then for Jennings, there's my washing machine, which is in the spin cycle, which sounds like at any second it might just go, is this. So, we're in Jennings now, here comes Bonham, jigga, 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 jigga. Think this, just like Braun, think of this, okay? Now what happens in Jennings is, instead of, that's 2 times. Here's 1. But then there's another one in Braun. As there is in Jennings the second time around as it climbs up, which they keep in Braun, okay? Do you know what I'm saying? So the first time, like the main then thing, the long one where Bonham's like, this is 3, and then the 4. So he does this 4 times the first time around. Although in Jennings then, he's not playing it that way. But that's what's going on underneath that Bonham's playing the pattern to. Do you understand? So he's playing on the snare and into the cymbals. Okay, that's the key. So then if I was going to loop Bron, so the first part of Jennings, up until, so the whole first section, just bear with me here, okay? I might go a little faster, but just bear with me. So the song starts, and then we go into the, okay, which would be in Jennings. Okay? But then we get to that da-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba. Here comes 4 chunks of it. Ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba. Except those 4 chunks are, which you can, once you get the feel of this, okay? Once you really get that in your brain, you'll be much easier to follow the next, okay? Just remember the first time. Okay? So instead of, it's, and another important thing which gets lost, which didn't even occur to me till later, is that first snare hit in Jennings. This one is where the snare would be at bottom, just kept playing. One and okay. So again, go over all this stuff, listen to the song, and just tap it with your hands. It might not seem like it at first. You can do it out instead of, maybe just do it with the floor tom in your hands. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Remember, after that last, and that, which is the hi-hat, that's crucial. Do not forget that one. Is you go right back into the a la sort of out on the tiles. Da 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 ba 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 da da da. Right, I mean, like right there, okay. But again, in Jennings, as in Bron, God, I gotta blow my schnoz, man. I'm gonna sneeze my. Hopefully, it's not something down here. Hopefully, it's not like a little mold spore house, like cranking out spores. I'm like, right? So, but remember that. So the keys are ba 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 ba. Don't forget this hat. Da ba da, and then this pattern. And then this. Okay, and then right after that. So again, like in Bron and in Jennings, every time he goes, the very first is the climb down. Well, in Jennings especially. God, do I have a paper towel down here? I know somebody's going to say Dem Coke. That drives me nuts. I know it's kind of funny, but I do not do cocaine. Okay, I'm not a drug guy. I'm not. I'm just a spastic freak that makes videos in my basement. Okay, so let me sing it for a second. So let Jennings. Ba ba ba. Wait. Ba 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 ba. This is Jennings. Ba Sorry about that first crash. And that's a quick thing to know too, which is really helpful in Jennings. Ba ba. Okay? This is the last time of the 4. Or indeed even in the 2 later, like in Bron, except we're not playing the drum kit in Bron. Ba, ba, so I'll loop it the 4 times. You know, consistently my videos, when I make them like run 22 minutes, and invariably the last 2 minutes are always cut off. So what I was just playing, I'm going to loop it. Ba, ba, here in Jennings. Ba, 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 ba. Here we go. Ba, 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 okay? So notice you don't even necessarily have to, I think he does accent each one on a cymbal, but the point is it's just the count. Here, okay? Down. That's important. Okay, so I'll duct tape this to the end of the thing I just did. Remember, so I am going to do that drum clinic October 28th, which is a Saturday, in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I'm going to drive out there October 28th of this year, 2017. So Drums Etc. is the name of the joint. Drums and then ETC, like abbreviated. You can find him on Facebook or online. He didn't ask me to say it. He wasn't like, now listen, buddy, you got to play. Nothing. He's just, you just come on out. So I'm like, all right. So yeah, so like that if you can on Facebook or just check it out, please. They're super nice guys, man. Anyway, also too, I'm doing the Carpentersville, Illinois gig this August 18th, which is in just under 2 weeks. It's a Friday night. We're doing 90 minutes. This one I will really try to record. I know I say this BS all the time, but I really think I really need to get at least 2 gigs under my belt before I recorded anything. I had no idea people recorded that stuff. I'm glad it turned out okay. Really, I mean, that was Moby Dick, man. That's like the 8th song. I'm out of gas then. You can tell on what that Michael fella, the second one I posted was from the side of the stage, which is a great angle, by the way. I think I'm going to get a camera over there for the whole show so you can see me from that angle, but then get the sound low from the front, because the drums might sound really kind of not the best from that angle. Anyway, so Carpentersville, Illinois, August 18th, which is a Friday, 90 minutes. I'll be doing that. Please subscribe if you haven't. I really appreciate all the really nice comments. I'm glad people really like the videos, because I really love drumming and drums. So, Eric Peisty, if you ever want to call me back, we could shoot the shite again. You're a good man. I hope I gave you the willies, I suppose. I shouldn't even say that. I don't know. You know what? Because in this day and age, it's dangerous, man. There's a lot of, all this stuff coming in from China real cheap. I think it's like cutthroat. I mean, obviously, it's cutthroat in the cymbal and drum business. So I can understand if he thought it was if he thought it was like Slugworth from Willy Wonka. I'm not, man. I mean, I love drums, I love drumming, and I love cymbals, and I love stuff. And I love you crazy cats that love my videos. So, but again, it's the attention. Like, at first, when he offered me to do the drum clinic, I was kind of like, I'm kind of like, all right, you know what I mean? So anyway, hopefully that'll go well. If you can make it to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, October 28th, or if you can make it indeed to Carpentersville this August 18th. In any case, though, I will really try. I might even buy a GoPro. I've been thinking about it. And just get it from the side of the stage and maybe hopefully syncing it up with better sound. But if the sound doesn't sound too bad from over there, maybe I'll use that. And I know I can get 90 minutes on a GoPro. So maybe I'll just do that. So, anyway, really, thanks for subscribing. I know I've said it a trillion times. And yes, I did sell my original Amber Vistas. Somebody asked about that. I sold them like 4 years ago. I had a property tax bill. I just had to sell something fast. So whoever I sold those to locally in Chicago, if you're in the mood to sell it back to me for the same price I sold them to you for, I'll do it. But again, for the 9th time, the Irish goodbye. Please subscribe. Really, thanks for watching.